I wasn't supposed to be working late, but the deadline was looming, and I had no choice. Everyone else had gone home hours ago. The building was quiet except for the hum of the fluorescent lights. I stood to stretch my legs and noticed a door at the end of the hallway I hadn't seen before. It was slightly ajar. Curiosity got the better of me. I stepped through, and instantly, everything changed. The air was thick with a strange, musty smell. The walls were covered in faded yellow wallpaper, and the carpet beneath my feet was damp. The overhead lights buzzed incessantly. I turned to go back, but the door was gone. I wandered for what felt like hours, passing identical hallways, each one eerily silent. Then, faintly, I heard footsteps, soft, deliberate, and getting closer. "Hello." I called out, but my voice echoed endlessly, with no response. The footsteps stopped. I held my breath, listening. Suddenly, a voice whispered my name from somewhere in the distance. My blood turned to ice. I hadn't told anyone I'd be here. I ran. My shoes squelched against the wet carpet, and the buzzing lights grew louder. The whispers followed, always just out of sight. When I finally stopped to catch my breath, I saw a figure in the distance. It stood still, its head tilted unnaturally to the side. Then it started running toward me. I don't know how long I've been here. Time doesn't exist in the backrooms. But if you ever see an unfamiliar door, don't go through it. You might never come back. I was working security for a storage facility when the power went out. As I checked the rooms, I noticed a door I hadn't seen before. It didn't match the rest of the building. Curious, I opened it. The next thing I knew, I was in a massive, endless room with yellow walls and flickering lights. The smell of mildew hung in the air. I turned to leave, but the door was gone. I started walking, my footsteps muffled by the damp carpet. The low hum of the lights was maddening, but it wasn't long before I heard something else, a faint tapping sound. I froze. The tapping grew louder, like nails on a hard surface. Then I saw it. A figure, tall and impossibly thin, with pale skin stretched over sharp bones. It walked on all fours, its long fingers tapping against the ground. I backed away slowly, but the creature's head snapped toward me. Its eyes were empty sockets, and its mouth twisted into a grin. It spoke, its voice a distorted echo. "Stay." I ran, the tapping echoing behind me. It never seemed to tire, always keeping pace. I don't know how long I've been here, but the tapping never stops. It's waiting for me to slow down. I got a job at an old office building in Ohio. My first task was to clean out the unused basement level. The moment I stepped out of the elevator, I knew something was off. The walls were yellowed, the carpet damp, and the lights flickered endlessly. As I walked down the hall, I noticed something strange. Every door I passed was locked, and the hallway seemed to stretch forever. I tried to turn back, but no matter how far I walked, I couldn't find the elevator. Panic set in. I banged on the doors, shouting for help, but my voice echoed endlessly. Then, I heard a faint scraping sound behind me. I turned, but the hall was empty. I kept walking, desperate to find a way out. That's when I saw it, a door slightly ajar. Hope surged in me, and I ran toward it. But as I reached for the handle, something grabbed my ankle. I looked down and saw a hand, long, skeletal fingers, pulling me toward the floor. I kicked and screamed, but it wouldn't let go. The last thing I saw before everything went dark was a face, pale, eyeless, and grinning. Now, I'm part of the backrooms. If you hear footsteps or whispers in an empty building, don't investigate. You might end up where I am, with no way out.